Giving you the real from A to Z surrounding the Dallas Cowboys. News, updates, rumors, transactions, takes, and more. So strap up, Cowboys Nation, and start your day off with A to Z Sports. Live with Will Steele.
3, 2, 1.
Here we go. Good morning and happy Friday, good people. Welcome to A to Z Sports Live, presented by the Cochran Firm and Boston Scientific. I, of course, am your host, Will Skywalker Steele. Boom! Freaking love Fridays, man. Love Fridays. Do me a favor. Wash out that terrible game from yesterday, and let's try to focus on our last night. A good show for today. We got 3 keys to victory. 1, 2, 3 of them things that we'll talk about. And I think if the Cowboys hit on these, they'll win the game. They'll come out 4-1. We'll hit the roundup. We got the latest on the injury front. A slight scare, a little tiny little scare, but we cool. It's not even really a scare. But, you know, social medias and whatnot. So we'll talk about that, and we'll come out of that, and we'll jump right into our 3 keys to victory. Of course, it's Friday, so at the end of the day, it still is Fan Friday, always. So y'all can call into the show, 351-999-3787. Y'all continue to make this, in my opinion, the best Dallas Cowboys morning show in the land because of the Bomb Squad.
Bomb Squad!
Appreciate y'all, man. Appreciate y'all in the building. David J, I see you. Ike, James Simmons, Swain, Shaq, Edwards, the Vikings fan. That's how dope it is here. L in the building, Latoya. Who else we got? Cold Jelly, a.k.a. CJ Richards. It's so weird seeing you over here as Cold Jelly. Ike, I see you. Marcella B, Cowboy Chris, James, Rogley, what up? I'm going to call you Nick. Look like Nikyle is what it looks like. I hope I'm saying that right. Swain, Adam Robinson's, Mr. Jab. Derek Fisher was goody. Iceberg Q, Special K, what up? Who else we got in the building? Captain America, how you doing? Toxic Tom, of course, is in the building. Toxic Tom is he's our resident Bomb Squad accountant. Adrian Padilla in the building. George Harris, my bro Lee in the building. Terrence Parks, TC915, Nisi, I see you, and the many more coming through. Jose Lupe was goody. It's too easy. I like that one. It's too easy. Oscar Sullivan and the many more coming through. I appreciate y'all for being here this morning on this Friday. Smoke them if you got them. Love that one too. Love that one too. Yeah, I kind of teased that a little bit at the top of the show. That game last night, I ain't really going to talk too much about it because I literally said, you know what? I'm going to sleep. It was terrible. It was like 6-3 or 6-6 or whatever it was. Somewhere in that third quarter, and I said, I'm going to go to sleep. Eventually, ended up kind of waking up and looking at the 9-9. But what is going on here? And look at the stat sheet and then go look at some of the highlights and what's going on. And I did not watch it in real time, the 4th and 1 situation, but why not kick the field goal? And you know what I'm saying? And go for the tie or hell, kick the field goal, tie it, get a stop and go win the game. I don't know, man, but this Nathaniel Hackett, Russell Wilson thing ain't working out. Russell is looking like a bag of you know what. But guess what? Ain't my problem. Cowboys is 3-1 with their backup quarterback. So, hey, we good over here, man. We good over here. Later, at the end of this whole thing, we'll get some predictions going on towards the end to close out the show. Because one thing I noticed, we don't really do predictions during the week. I do the predictions on Sunday, but I at least want to know what y'all think. I know we all believe, well, we're going to win, but I want to know what y'all think, what the score is going to be. Maybe a bold prediction. Professor O gave me some, I don't want to say courage, but he gave me some stats that made me say, you know what? I'm going to say something. I got a bold prediction later. I got a bold prediction that I hope comes to fruition. and it got something to do with a former coach of the opposing team. So y'all stick around for that. Now let's hit this roundup, man.
It's time! It's time! It's time!
It's time. It's time.
It is time for
It's time for the morning roundup. Round 'em up, boys.
Hey, yo. Real quick roundup today, man. We just checking in on the banged up folk. Thursday's injury report came out, and we had some good news from a couple of our starters / role players. Jordan Lewis, who was a DNP the day before with that groin injury, he was a participant in a limited fashion. And I believe he came out, or somebody came out and said that, he's going to try to give it a go. But if not, Deron Bland is the man. Anything but. That's my nickname for him. Deron, anything but, will have that opportunity to go up against Cooper Kupp and those boys. Now, I don't think, even if it's Deron Bland or Jordan Lewis, I don't think they're going to single up Kupp on him anyway. Plus, once we get into our keys, you'll notice there's a different situation going on with him this year as opposed to years past. So, but nonetheless, you always want all hands on deck, point blank, period. And you may get that at the free safety or at the safety position because Malik Hooker is full, J-Ron's full, and everything looks good to go there. Donovan Wilson and Bohanna continue to be limited, but nothing shows that they won't play. They're going to be playing in this game. More good news. Jake Ferguson was upgraded to limited. He was a DNP yesterday. So today will be that final injury report. We'll see what's up with Jake. He had a knee thing pop up. Jake might be important in this game. Not from a pass catcher standpoint. I mean, Cooper Kupp don't like these tight ends, but from a blocking standpoint, it made Cooper Kupp. Cooper Rush. I'm going to be Cooper Kupping and Cooper Rushing these things until the game's over. Cooper Rush doesn't really use the tight ends that much, but you may need him from a blocking standpoint. And the final one that was kind of, I hate to use the word scare, but national outlets love to run with stuff and get some clicks. Ian Rappaport. CD Lamb out. Did not practice. He's got a groin issue. Lamb said, relax. I'm good. I'm fine. The reason why they ain't let me practice is because my GPS was too high. Mike McCarthy don't play about that GPS.
CD Lamb, please report to McCarthy's office. Your GPS hasn't been located. Please report to McCarthy's office.
Once you get that call, it's a wrap. Coach sat me out. My GPS is GPSing. I ain't mad at it. It's hard for me to argue with how McCarthy navigates these injuries, with how Britt Brown is navigating these injuries. And one thing I always come back to with Mike McCarthy is he's been here before. He's had a banged up team and he's won a Super Bowl with that banged up team. I'm not saying that's going to happen. I'm just saying I trust how he handles these guys. I trust how he handles them. So I ain't tripping too much on it, man. So that's the morning roundup for today. Let's go ahead and get back into the chat here. Oh, did I open the lines? Okay, I did. And they're muted. Yeah. Phone lines open 351-999-3787. George said Dallas needs to use the formula that San Fran used. Yes. But we ain't San Fran. Let's definitely understand that. Like, this team isn't the San Francisco 49ers. But there are things you can take out of that. And more so, I'm talking about like the plays. I would love to take some of their plays that they have in that game. But we'll detail some of that, man. We'll get to it. Gotcha. My guy, Professor O, said, I'm working from home with the 3 kids. Ooh.
Daddy, come here, Daddy.
I had to do that this summer. Yeah, it ain't that fun. Does Turpin get one, Sky? Well. I'm gonna just start it off because Professor O working home with the kids. He gave me the thought. He gave me the thought of this one. Well, Turpin, there's my bold prediction. I don't think Turpin's gonna get one. But I do think that Bones Fossil going up against his former team, I think he's going to go for a block punt this one. I think he might get one. Professor O pointed something out to me that I had to go look at and check it out. And he's like, yeah, hey, man, listen, they almost got two of them things. They almost blocked 2 punts last week against the Rams. And if it's one thing I've learned about Bones Fossil, right, whether that be from talking to players or whether that be from watching the Hard Knocks or whatnot, and just listening to Bones, he's competitive, man. I don't think we give enough credit to Bones Fossil. He's one of the best in the game, period. But he's a competitive dude, and I can see him going into this game. This is the first time he'll be playing against his second game. The first time was the very first game ever coaching for the Cowboys, but nonetheless, this will be the second time he'll be going up against his former team, and not in a COVID year or anything like that. He's now in year 3, feeling good. The special teams is, I believe, top 10 in DVOA. So I think he's going to try to go get one. Yeah. Maybe even a fake punt, right? Let's throw that in there, Professor O. We're going to throw in a block punt and or a fake punt by Brian Anger and those boys. It's kind of my bold prediction. Yeah, Professor O talked about how he almost blocked 2 punts. Turpin will need, I'm guessing you mean Scotty Laxton, will need to get us one. Some point is coming, man. It's going to happen. It's going to happen. All right. I'm ready. Let's get into the keys to this game, and let's start off with my first one. And we kind of briefly touched on this key yesterday or 2 days ago, but we'll dive into it a little bit more. We got some film and everything too. So here we go. My first key to the game. Numero uno. Quick game plus the bait and switch is what I'm dubbing this thing. Quick game plus bait and switch. If this wants to pop up for me, thank you. Thank you very much, sir. What do I mean by that? For whatever reason, when watching and studying this Rams defense, they tend to play a lot of off coverage. And I don't know if that's because they don't want to get beat over the top, and it's hardly been done this season. So I guess kudos to them. But I think because of that, they give up a lot underneath in regards to screens, smoke screens, whatever you want to call it. And we saw that a lot in the film we showed the other day, but I'm going to detail it a little bit more and show how the Cowboys can get off in that aspect. Right now, the Rams are 10th, or should I say they give up the 10th most yards after catch in the NFL. I think a lot of that has to do with, how they play opponents. Also, obviously, a lot to do with Deebo Samuels, but you'll see them, play off a lot. And if you can get into that quick game doesn't necessarily just mean this, but also get to the line of scrimmage, get it out fast before they get set. I think you can get some of this yak. And one thing we've seen Noah Brown and CeeDee Lamb do is run hard after the catches. And I think you can take advantage of that quick game, right? With the smoke screens or getting it out fast, whether it be from a flare with the running back, whatever. You could take advantage of that. We saw Dallas do that in this New York game. We also saw San Fran do that last week. Now, again, we're not San Fran, but like one of the commenters said, you can kind of steal a little bit of that formula. And here you go. This is one of the plays that I'm talking about where you can take advantage of it. They're all keyed in on Deebo Samuel, leaving Kyle Juszczyk wide open in the back, and that's because of the quick game. This is in the third quarter, and they ran multiple quick game passes throughout the first 2 quarters in that game, and they could have had a big play, but, you know, Jimmy G. Same thing here with the New York Giants game. We were running a lot of quick game, a lot of motion, fake the screen, and you got CeeDee Lamb wide open. I would like to see them bring back more of this creativity in this game. I think you can get some good chunk plays against this Rams defense, which it's a very average defense on paper. But if you don't get anything going, they'll keep you around. They'll keep themselves in the game. It's not an overwhelming defense, stifling defense, because they're trying to protect from a deep ball. But what they will do well is defend the run. They're one of the top run defensive teams in the league. In fact, if you go look at yards before contact, they are number 3 in the league. So that means they're winning at the line of scrimmage. So how do you combat that? Okay, if I can't run well, I can do this. This is a long handoff. Let me get a running back out there. Maybe a jet sweep, a screen, which we haven't been great at. But get this going, and then you can set them up with the old bait and switch, because they are very reaction. And that's natural. When you've seen something all game, they're going to react to it, and then you'll have something like this open later in the game. So quick game, bait and switch. And when I say quick game, it doesn't necessarily just mean what you saw, like quick screens and throwing it out. It could mean get to the line of scrimmage, like we saw against the New York Giants, where we got up there and we're snapping the ball with 30 seconds left on the play clock. Now, we weren't doing that a ton against Washington. And again, game to game, Kellen Moore talked about things being game to game and game plans being game. And that's true. I think this is one of those games, though. I don't think they're going to want you to make a mistake. So you're going to have to, stay away from that. I'm not saying that you go out here and throw the ball all over the park, but when they want you to play that way, you got to get them out of that some way, or you got to make them pay by using your tendencies against them, right? So that's number one, the quick game. Let me make sure this is, which I don't think it is, but the quick game and the bait and switch. How are we feeling about that first key to the game? Gregory says stop the penalties. Hey, I think we've been doing pretty damn good. I had a stat the other day. I don't know if I have it on me. I got it in here somewhere. Dallas over the last 3 games are tied for 7th best in the NFL in penalties per game. Do we got to give McCarthy props for that? Maybe. But I thought that was interesting. Got to give McCarthy props, because we got on McCarthy for all the penalties. And now we're doing pretty good with not getting the penalties. I'm guessing, is that Gregory? Okay, I'm guessing Gregory's saying against okay teams, this is a different color. I don't know what penalties has to do with the team you play. What kind of penalties are you speaking of then? Because then you get a bit more detail. If you're going to say, well, we can't get the holdings, I mean, you don't get Jonathan Allen, Deron Payne is hard not to hold. And we didn't get a whole bunch of them in that game. Week 2 wasn't a lot of things there. But again, from a player standpoint, but again, it's encouraging to see that they didn't. And then Cincinnati is no slouch either. And we didn't have a crap ton of penalties. So, hey, man, listen, that's a positive. When you're 7th in the league, I'll take that all day and tomorrow. Compared to what we were prior to that. So apparently, is there something going on with James? Is there something in here about Jalen Tolbert, James? Or are we just out the blue with it? He says, he wants to let Cowboys Nation. There's nothing wrong with Jalen Tolbert. He hasn't seen the field much because of Noah. Jalen's not a bust, nor is he hurt. Hard to call somebody a bust, a third-round pick at that, in their rookie year after 4 games. It's disappointing. I mean, there's no doubt about that. We ain't gonna make excuses for the guy. It's absolutely disappointing in a wide receiver room that's really not stacked. Let's just be honest. He can't crack the field. So, hey, but it's cool. He's a buck. We'll see what we got. What about Jabril? Well, I am not sure what's going on with that, bro. Not at all. All right, let's get to number 2. Just trying to make sure we got this right here. Yep. All right, let's get to number 2 on our keys to victory. Key victory. Yeah, as you can see, Corral Cooper Kupp. Absolutely have to corral Cooper Kupp. Now, obviously, Scott, yeah, I get that. Obviously, like, he's the guy, right? But I'm actually saying that in 2 different ways. You got to check him, and we'll talk about how they can do that in a little bit. But you also can't let him yak you up. That's what he can do. That's where he can be dangerous, right? He's good all over across the field, but they like to get him the ball fast and get him the ball underneath and allow him to get some yak. Yakety yak. Don't like that. He's 3rd in the NFL right now in total yards after catch. However, I think we should put an asterisk next to that because he's the only player in the NFL with 40+ receptions. And he leads the league in receptions by 11. That's a pretty big discrepancy, I think, in a passing league when you really break it down. Like, the next closest person is 31 receptions. He has 42. So I think he's going to get yards and yak yards based off of the volume. But when you dive into it a little bit more, he's not doing a lot of damage after the catch this year. I think his longest is like a 26-yarder or something like that. And he has a career low in yards after catch at 4.0. And that ranks him 48th. So, again, that's why volume stats are very tricky. Because, 2nd in the league or 3rd in the league in yards after catch. Yeah, but he's 48th. in yards after catch per reception. So that means he's just not getting off. And I think the Cowboys have to continue that negative trend for Cooper Kupp. Hence corral Cooper Kupp, meaning you're going to have to tackle. He'll make guys miss. I think he is like top 5 in missed tackles forced at the wide receiver position, but you're gonna have to be able to tackle, to corral this guy, to gang tackle him. And that's what the Cowboys have been doing for weeks. You see it. First guy's there, usually they get him down, but if not, everybody else is coming behind. But we also saw last week when you don't tackle, they can, bust a big play open, and that happened in the run game. We don't want it to happen in the pass game because these dudes are faster. Here's the other interesting thing where I think they can corral Cooper Kupp. So far this year, he's lining up out wide more than he has in his entire career. Now, he's still primarily a slot guy, lining up in the slot. I think it's like 56% of the time. But 44% of the time, he's lining up out wide. And that's a drastic change from years past. Usually, he's in the 30s. So that means we might see a little bit more Trayvon Diggs versus Cooper Kupp than I anticipated. I want to see it. Come on outside, Cooper Kupp. The weather's nice. It's nice out here. I know Kupp is a fantastic route runner, and a lot of people believe that gives Diggs trouble. A fantastic route runner gives anybody trouble. But I want to see that matchup because I think if he can corral him outside the numbers, are they finally going to put some respect on that man's name? I mean, what does he got to do? He shuts down Scary Terry. You know what I mean? but Kupp is the reigning Triple Crown winner. So he'll still get lined up on the inside. Don't get it twisted. But I think they're putting him out there so much this year because they lost Van Jefferson. And it was supposed to be Van Jefferson on the outside and Allen Robinson and then Cooper Kupp. Now it's Bennett. Skowronek. Skowronek, that's what it is. Bennett Skowronek, who's lined up in the backfield 34 times, which was wild to me. Wild. But it's Bennett and it's Allen Robinson. They're not even throwing at Allen Robinson. So I think they're just trying to find different ways to get Cooper Kupp involved. And it's putting him outside a little bit more. But come on outside, man. Come off that stoop. You ain't got to stay inside. Come on out. What remember Hey Arnold when he was like stoop kids afraid to leave the stoop. Don't be afraid to leave the stoop, Cooper Kupp. We got something for you out here. Come get some of this smoke. Squirrel neck. That was hilarious. All right, let's hit the phone lines. We got a call, right? Let's hit the phone lines. Pulse of the Nation phone lines presented by the Cochran Firm. My guys Brian and Larry over at the Cochran Firm have been serving the DFW area community since 2005 and fighting for you for anything, whether it be fraud, wrongful death, truck or automobile accidents, class action lawsuits, whatever you need. Really good dudes, really good firm. They know what they're doing. They're very smart. They're very experienced, and they get the job done. And for whatever reason, if they do not, they handle their civil cases on a contingent fee basis, meaning there is no financial recovery. If there is no financial recovery, then they charge no fee. So contact the Cochran Firm at 1-800-THE-FIRM or schedule your free consultation today at CochranTexas.com. We got 562 on the horn. What's good, 562?
Sky, what's up, brother? Hey, can you hear me now this time?
Oh, man, I hear you loud and clear. You good to go.
All right, brother. Hey, so I got 2 points. My first point is on AB. So everyone's been hating on AB. I get it. He really pisses me off. However, I think he's really good. His single issue, is he does not turn his head around. And that was put on display perfectly. Was put on display by in the Washington whatever Commanders game, right? Donovan Wilson nobody thinks of Donovan Wilson as a cover guy, right? That's not what we're thinking about. We're thinking about him hitting people, running in the box, fucking running around like a run line scrimmage, the linebacker area. Donovan, what was that play? He's running down the sideline, and what is Donovan Wilson does everything that AB does. Hand to hand, he's getting some he's pushing the receiver, all that, a little bit of contact. But what does he do? He turns his head around at the right time at the end of the play to not get the pass interference call. That's the difference. Anthony Brown, he's not bad, but I don't know why.
But you do realize last year Anthony Brown had one penalty outside of the Raiders game, right? One.
Well, wait, hold on. That's what I'm going to talk to you about too. Because you brought up my second point. The Raiders game made him look worse than what he is.
Oh, because of some terrible calls?
What?
Because of some terrible calls?
Yeah. No. That's my point. But, however, dude, in the Raiders game, go back and look. His last PI, the ball hit him in the name. Sorry, I'm cussing.
But the dude literally grabbed AB's head. How can he turn around?
No. Okay. Sky. Look, dude. There's a reason. Okay, I get it. No, dude. I'm not even really trying to argue it, dude. I'm telling you, I like him. I like AB. I just wish he would just turn. He doesn't have the instinct to when the ball's in the air and it's about to get the receiver. And Donovan Wilson showed that in the Washington game.
Why do you keep going back to Donovan? He's a safety. It was one play back
That's
there.
My point.
Donovan Wilson
point.
is not a better cover guy than Anthony Brown, man. I mean,
Exactly.
See, here's my thing. This is the
Wait,
problem with
that's
the.
my point, Scott.
This is the problem with Dallas Cowboys
go for it.
fans. This is the problem.
No.
Let me finish. This is the problem with Dallas Cowboys fans. Y'all take a play, and that is the person's for their entire career, and ignore when they have done those things. Listen, I'm not saying AB gets his head around all the time. None of these cornerbacks get their head around all the time. But to act like AB doesn't do it is false. My man had 3 interceptions last year and was one of the top guys in pass breakups last year. You don't become a guy that gets PBUs without getting your head around last year. He has improved in that fashion. If you were talking about AB prior to 2021, I wouldn't even be arguing with you. But I don't know how we can look at what he did last year and what is happening this year, and we're sitting here complaining about Anthony Brown. That's literally what you're doing. You're literally like, hey, look at what Donovan Wilson does. AB don't do it, but he has done it.
No, listen. Can I tell you? Can I actually finish my point?
Can I actually rebut to you? This is my show. Now you can finish.
Okay, go for it.
Go ahead, brother. Go ahead.
Okay, my point is yes. Anthony Brown got 3 interceptions last year. Finally, a career high? But they were all literally like right to him when they were in front of the play.
What?
He was. Hold on.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay, my only dude. I like Anthony Brown. I'm not trying to say like he sucks at all. No,
I frankly don't. It's not about liking Anthony Brown. People always say that I like this person. Just be frank with what you're saying. But go ahead. I think I got film of him actually turning his head and getting a pick. But go ahead.
Okay, you're trying to like turn it on and be like, I'm fucking some idiot that doesn't. Dude, all I'm saying is
I'm basing it off exactly what you're saying, bro.
Hold on. I just wish like Trayvon Diggs, he turns his head around. He plays the ball.
Trayvon Diggs is one of the greatest ball guys I've ever seen in the history of this league.
So does that mean Anthony Brown can't never play the ball?
Anthony Brown will never play the ball like Trayvon Diggs, and neither will 5 other quarterbacks in this league.
That's my one issue. That's my only issue. I think he has good coverage. I think he's great running. He's great. That's my point I was trying to tell you. Donovan Wilson did the same exact thing, step for step, running down the sideline. The only difference was he fucking turned around and went for the ball.
And AB never does that, right?
He rarely does it. He flaps, dude. He puts his arms out and runs into the back of the receiver. Okay. He literally does that, and then he turns around and everyone looks at him like it's like, oh, what happened, dude? I'm not. If he would just do that one thing, I'm saying that one thing, and I think it's from the previous coaching regime because Jordan Lewis kind of does it too, but Trayvon Diggs does not do it. Like none of the other like what's the name? Donovan Wilson. I know he's been in and out. He doesn't do that. Like these guys are running on the field and they play the ball. Once the ball's in the air, it's not the property of the wide receiver. It's his property.
Whoa! I just saw AB turn his head around and get an interception. Oh my goodness, he never does it. Unbelievable.
You know what? You want to pull up one play, dude? I will send you countless plays, especially in the Raiders game.
Send me countless plays from 2021 to now. Yes. Send me countless plays. Dude, Anthony Brown is.
It seem like I don't like it, AB.
No, you're calling into this show. Oh, got his head around in that zone coverage.
Sky, I like him. I just wish he would do that one thing. He's the only little. That's the only little thing he doesn't do. That's it. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
All right. So he doesn't do this one little thing to you. So you call into the show to complain about it,
and it shows up. The problem is it shows up.
It shows up. Where did it show up in this game last week? Like, this is out of nowhere. Where did it show up?
Oh my God, bro! Really?
Yes, really.
Fine. I got it, Sky. AB's perfect, brother.
No, you want AB to be perfect. That's what I was just about to say. You want AB to be perfect. You said that's the one little thing I got. Well, if it's only one little thing, if you correct that, what is he? Say it with me. Perfect.
Dude, he was number one. He was number one in what was it? Pat.
He was a top 10 man. He was a top 10 man coverage corner, brother. You can't possibly be a top 10 man coverage corner guy without getting your head around. He's improved in that department, man.
No, dude. We've seen this stuff, man. Come on, stop, dude. You're like, oh no, just because, dude. There are things that happen. Yes, he was literally number one in press coverage last year. in whatever PFI, whatever.
PFF, I'm guessing you're looking at?
What?
Are you PFF? Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah. He was
Sure.
number 1, and Diggs was like number 10 in press coverage. Both of them were like top 10. But so I'm not allowed to ask for a guy to do more. Is that what I'm?
I'm just where is this coming from? Is what I'm asking, because I don't recall AB getting cooked last game because he didn't turn his head around. No,
he doesn't get cooked.
I didn't see him recall him.
Tell you.
Right. So where is this? This is just a random. All right. Yep. I'm gonna let you finish.
I literally told you he doesn't get cooked. I told you Donovan Wilson, the play that Donovan Wilson had on the receiver deep down the sideline was the same exact thing, except it was perfect coverage, hand to hand, fucking like they're battling, they're pushing each other a little bit where it could be called pass interference. The only difference is Donovan Wilson immediately turned his head.
It was pass
and went
interference.
for the ball.
It's okay. They didn't call it. It's a 50-50 call. That happens. It's all right.
But he went for the ball is my point, dude. Donovan Wilson turned and went for the ball.
Got you, brother. In closing.
That's it, man. Well, whatever. Well, anyway, wait. My other point, I'm gonna leave it. What's his name? Dalton Schultz. Dalton Schultz is the LVE of the offense. That's all I'm gonna say. I can't get into it because I know you already like pissed with me. Whatever. We had a disagreement, but whatever. Dalton Schultz, he's the LVE of the offense. He's a weakness. There's no defensive coordinator that's really worrying about him. He's slower than Hendershot. Hendershot's faster, stronger, everything. But anyways, AB, I'm not saying he sucks, bro. And I kind of feel like you're trying to make it seem like I'm saying he's bad. I just wish
those words never came out of my mouth.
Awesome.
I'm literally focused on one thing. All right.
Yeah. I am focused on that one thing because that would make him awesome. That's my point.
I was focused on that one thing.
Get your head around, brother. That's it.
All right.
That's it, brother. All right, bro.
Where did this come from? That's what I want to know. I mean, we literally watched the Washington tape last week. AB was fine. So, like, this is coming out of the blue. Are we remembering AB from 2019, 2018, whenever he wasn't good or what have you? Maybe. Is AB a all-pro? No. Some people say AB's average. Hell, that's okay, Ian. All right. If that's the one thing he got to do, dog, we'll be calling in to with all these players with one thing they got to do. Everybody has to improve on something. I'm just curious, where did that come from? And then to use Donovan Wilson's play as if Anthony Brown hasn't done that before is a bit mind-boggling to me. He has. There's tape of that. Yes, there's tape of him not doing it as well. There's no doubt about that, right? But to assume like, man, this happens all the time. I mean, the last 2 years or a year and a half, I haven't seen it happen all the time. He's improved in that department. I can't wait for AB. There's a couple players, when these dudes is going, I can't wait to see who the next person is. But, hey. And y'all know I'll get on his ass if he was trash, but he ain't. And I'm not saying this guy said he was trash. He clearly said that. It just was a weird take. But anyway, I'm sure everybody, has their own opinion and agree or disagree. Reek. Or should I say LV Reek?
What happened?
Or should I say LV Reek?
Yeah, all right. You already knew I was coming with it. What's going on, Sky? What's going on, Sky? Cowboy
up,
Nation. Hey, TGI Friday. Good people. Yeah, I don't know where people coming out about this AB stuff. AB gave up a couple plays. He gave up a touchdown.
Gave up a play. He gave up one play last week.
I know that everybody probably getting on him because he's been getting a couple little big plays throughout these 4 weeks. But that happens. AB is not the problem of this team, of this defense. You know what I mean? He can tighten back up. We can put the fire back up under him a little bit.
Hold up. The Cowboys are giving up like 170 net passing yards. and we complaining about the secondary, a player in the secondary right now, out of nowhere.
Yeah, I'm not worried about it. No, I'm not worried about AB. AB been playing okay with me. It was more Jordan Lewis than anything. If you ask me, as far as the quarterbacks that was getting bullied or gashed on them, you know what I mean? Like, you know, pushed out the way. But Bland in there now, you don't see too much of that now. It's tightened up a little bit more. AB's not the problem. But I do get what he said a little bit about AB turning his head. That happens, man. That was a good pass, man, that Carson went through in the corner. What can you do?
Oh, that's not it. That's
know.
not, and I hope he's not using that as an example, because that's not a good example of what he's saying. There are other examples, and it's the Raiders game he's going to go to. But again, I'd argue that one Raiders game does not define his entire 2021 season and 2022 season. Right now, between 2021 and 2022, AB has played solid cornerback 2 play. Unless you want a Pro Bowler over there, then okay, that's fine. And again, I even dubbed him as a guy that's a replacement level guy. Like, you can go out and try to get somebody better, but if not, I think you can survive with AB over there. I mean, you have been. You're one of the top passing defenses in the league, and you've played Tom freaking Brady, Joe Burrow, Carson Wentz would throw the ball all over the field, and the Cowboys are giving up net 200 yards. They're below 200 yards. So it was just a strange take to come out of nowhere when your passing defense is playing phenomenally. Whereas we've been getting on LVE and the linebackers because our run defense has not been as consistent.
Yeah. Because the thing is, I look at it like this. I want everybody to piss off AB, because a pissed off AB is the AB we're going to get from last year. When they was talking, everybody was talking all that junk about him, and he was like, yeah, I do that too. So I want to see that AB. If people want to start putting it out there in the media that AB saw or he sucked, put it out there, because the man going to start turning back up.
Well, to be fair to the caller, he didn't say he sucked. He just out of nowhere came about this turning your head around where I'm like, what? Where is this coming from?
I don't know AB tackles.
It kind of
his nose in there.
Yeah, it reminds me of when people start bringing up stuff from like 2017 with Dak, like, oh, he can't do this and do that. This ain't 2017 no more. This is 2022. You know what I'm saying? And this specific player has improved in that thing. But I don't want to keep harping on that. What you got for the show, man?
Yeah, man. The whole Dak Prescott thing, put Cooper Rush over Dak. Y'all tripping. People out here tripping. But at the same time, like I said before, even with AB, Pete, please, I'm happy that people are clamoring for Rush over Dak, because that's only going to make Dak Prescott more hungry and more better. He's going to come in here focused now, because Dak hasn't had that fire up under him in a while since he got that contract. You know what I'm saying? When he had to go get that contract, he had that fire up under him. We seen a different Dak Prescott. He was letting it fly, and he wasn't scared. He wasn't scared to let it fly. He wasn't holding on to that ball like that. But I'm glad y'all doubt. A lot of people out here doubting Dak Prescott. So when he come back, he start doing his thing again. We don't want to, all you fair weather fans that, we want Cooper Rush in, man, y'all be quiet, man. Let Dak go ahead and do his thing this year. Yeah, Dak is not a perfect quarterback, but he's the Dallas Cowboys quarterback. He's our quarterback for the real Dallas Cowboys fans. And I'm rocking with Dak till the wheels fall off and still get LVE behind off the damn field. That's all I got to say, man. Let's go beat these Rams. Peace.
Appreciate you, Reek. I'm going to be petty one last time here. AB, you must get your head around, sir. I don't care if he's dragging your head, about to put you in a DDT sleeper hold. You got to turn that head. Give me a break. I'm going to take one more call. And then we going to get to number 3. 682, what it is, what it do?
What's good, Scott?
What's up with you?
Man, I got one point about the AB thing. So, really, I seen this video on Volume by Richard Sherman, and he said corner is the hardest position to play. So, what he meant by that, like he said, like, if you give up one play, everybody's on your
ass.
So, like,
yeah.
yeah, so I mean, AB's doing his thing, man. So I can't knock him, really.
Yeah, we can't knock him until something happens, and then we'll be knocking him again and dismiss everything else. But I don't know, man. I don't know I have no issue with him right now. That's the least of my worries. I don't care about this perceived doesn't get his head around because that hasn't been an issue for quite some time. And if you're just going to cite the Raiders game, I mean, then we'll define everybody off of one game, which is happening with another player, by the way.
That's crazy off of one game. Hey, I got one more point.
Yeah.
If J. Lou don't play in this Rams game, do you think Ron Bland can actually handle Cooper Kupp?
Well, I want to see it because I'm selfish and I like DeRon Bland, and he's been so good from the preseason to training camp, and then obviously his first game. So I selfishly want to see it, but I know damn well I'm not stupid, right? Like I ain't really trying to put anybody except maybe a Trayvon Diggs 1-on-1 with Cooper Kupp, but I think they'll give him help. I think they'll do some bracket coverage, possibly some double team stuff. But he gets the ball thrown so quickly to him. I don't know how much you can do there besides maybe a linebacker or a DE dropping or something like that. But I think because of Bland's physicality, he's good at tackling. I think that helps out if you do have to. And you're going to have to man up on him at one point by yourself or deal with him in the zone by yourself. I mean, I want to see the matchup. This is a test to see if something happens, Bland, can he bounce back?
Yeah, that's going to be a hell of a matchup, man. Well, shit, you have a good morning, man. Shoot, don't let that first call.
No. If that caller knows anything, if he's watched this show, he knows dang going well, I will debate with your ass.
Yeah.
I just debate with passion. It's all love.
Oh, yeah. All right, you have a good one, man.
All right, man. Appreciate you.
Okay.
All right, let's get to my third one. We're going to finish out with the phones here. Let me make sure we goody. Yes, sir, we are. Here we go. My third and final key to the game this week to beat the Rams. It's the 4-man rush versus Matt Stafford. Now, in the title, I believe I said the Cowboys must fight the temptation this week. They must fight the temptation to come after Matt Stafford. And when I say come after Matt Stafford, I mean blitzing him. Not because he's just crushing the blitzer or anything. He got 4 touchdowns, so it's not like he's killing it like that. But because you don't want to give him a cheap out in a season where he's been struggling with 7 or 8 guys back there. Now, Dan Quinn is never going to be Wink Martindale. He's not going to dial up a whole lot of crazy blitzes from all over the field. He's very unique. He'll do some things to you from a game standpoint. But he's not going to send 6 guys a lot in this game. Neither should he. He's going to send 5 sometimes, but I would really fight the temptation to send more than 4 most of this game because Matt Stafford, he throws a ton of interceptions against 4-man rushes. And it's something I had noticed when I was just looking at numbers, how many picks he has against the blitz or when he's kept clean. And I'm like, huh? He didn't throw any picks against the blitz. So I went and looked. Indeed, all of his interceptions have come on 4-man rushes, meaning obviously there's 7 guys in the box, or if you drop, or not in the box in coverage, or if you rush only 3, then 8. But all 6 of them have come against 4-man rushes. Whether it be some form of man, whether it be some form of zone or a combination of both. But regardless, he's not dealing with the extra defenders very well. And you can be like, well, that's just week 1. No, it happened against Atlanta too. Happened against Atlanta. And this could be one of those games where if they do drop back a Micah Parsons, maybe he gets a pick. Maybe LVE gets a pick. Anthony Barr did get an interception. I think 2 of them off of Matt Stafford last year. And he's throwing picks to everybody. He's throwing picks to a safety, to a corner, to a D lineman, to a linebacker. I'd fight the temptation, man. I would make Matt Stafford have to throw into this secondary that's been balling, by the way. I'd make him do it. And then obviously this is the one that might have been one of the worst. I mean, great read. It's not like it's a terrible throw or anything, but you hate to see those type. By the way, he led the league in pick sixes last year. So there is going to be opportunities in this game to get one off of Matt Stafford because that's just who he is. And he's in one of those phases. And when he hits that phase, they come in bunches. So I'm not sending a whole lot of 5 guys in this game. Hell, do we need to? Dante Fowler, Dorrance Armstrong, DeMarcus Lawrence, Osa, Tristan Bowe, Micah, if you want to send, like there's enough guys that are getting busy up front to where you don't need to send a bunch of extra rushers, especially from the secondary. So it's my third one there. 4-man rush against Matt Stafford. Noodle arm. All right, let's keep this thing moving. 610. What it is, what it do?
Hey, what's going on?
What's up with you?
You know what this is?
I do not, but you got to turn down. I can hear me in the background.
You know what this is?
Yeah, you.
Better.
Check.
No?
Yeah, I don't hear no echo. What's up?
Okay. So, I guess what I was getting at the last time I called was, I guess right now Dak can't go. It looks like he might not be able to play. He's still building strength in the hand, right?
Yeah, he's probably not going to be. I mean, he's definitely not ready this week, but he'll.
So I guess it's mainly just this question. He's probably going to be able to be good enough for the Eagles game. If Cooper Rush wins, do you have good enough, your starting quarterback come back in, or do you have Cooper Rush, who's undefeated as a Cowboy, play the potentially undefeated Eagles? At least just for one more week.
When Dak Prescott's healthy, 100%, he plays. It's pretty much that simple. If he's not healthy, not 100%, he doesn't play.
If he's not 100, he doesn't. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, you can't play around with.
That would clear it up.
Yeah, you can't play with you can't play with the thumb, bro. I can't go out there and be like, hey, I got 80% grip on the football that I got to throw, 30 times and hand off and it hits my hand. Like you can't play with that. That has to be fully healed.
Okay. All right. Man, I guess because I called, this is Shavance, by the way. I called in, that's basically what I was getting at. That's all I was getting at, not making Dak second string. That was, no. If everyone understood it that way, that was not what I meant. Yeah, that was basically all I was getting at. So, all right, yeah, because they kind of make it, I always see him trying to, like, rush a quarterback back, or he wants to come back before he's ready. And now, I guess the follow-up to that would be, if Cooper Rush just beat the Rams and the undefeated Eagles, do you let it ride until he loses?
If Cooper Rush is averaging 1 touchdown a game, 215 yards, we're not turning the ball over. Great job. You've done an amazing job. I love it. But if we're sitting here in these tightly contested games, the defense is playing the way they're playing, and you're telling me I have the chance to get better at the quarterback position, it's not even debatable. Like, it's not even
to me,
close.
I like the idea only because, let's say it just gives them, I don't know how long it would be, how many games you think a backup quarterback could win in a row, you know what I mean? But
yeah, this is real life. This is real life.
A couple more games.
They're not going to be like, hey,
Dak can't get hurt. So
let's
we have him.
Let's play and see how long he can. That's not how that works, man. They're going to insert him in when he's healthy. He can win these next 2 games. It don't now unless he comes out here and he's throwing 3 touchdowns a game, and then we're talking about a real controversy. Right now, there's no real controversy. The quarterback position has taken, in my opinion, a step back from when both players at their peak, which Cooper Rush is at his peak. We know what Dak Prescott looks at his peak. we are seeing that right now.
Well, you know, I'll tell you what, I wasn't very impressed with Cooper Rush's play last game. He definitely shorted the throw to Lamb that would have been a touchdown, but Lamb had to slow down for it, and then the guy ran into him and he didn't catch it at all. So, there it was. But, yeah, I mean, I see if he's killing it, I would say keep him in. If he's just getting the job done, then get Dak back in, whatever.
All right.
But anyway, I guess. And then as far as the defense, we got a great defense, man. We got a great defense. Nobody's perfect. You know, I've seen all these guys get beat once or twice here and there, but, the plays they make in between that, they're amazing. So I think we got a great defense. We just got to keep working. Everyone's just got to keep working. We've got a good team. We got to stay disciplined to beat these better teams, and we'll be good.
100%.
All right, later.
Peace. Let's get to New York. 917. What it is, what it do?
What's going on, Stillness? How you doing this morning?
What's up? Not gonna lie, I saw New York. I don't know why I was thinking of hearing a New York accent coming through here, but it threw me off a little bit.
Yeah, I definitely have a New York accent, but it usually comes out in the atmosphere of other New York natives.
Gotcha. What's up?
What's up? I don't have much for you. I don't want to beat a dead horse because I know a lot of people calling and say the same thing, but I just wanted to drop a little comment on the whole AB situation that you guys were talking about.
Shoot.
I think it's simple as this. The corner is one of the hardest positions to play in football, and AB is simply underappreciated. He's literally one of the best corners in football, and when I say one of the best corners in football, I'm talking about he's a top 20 corner, and that's more than formidable. I could honestly say he's maybe even better than 15 other corners in the league. I could probably say he's a top 15 corner. And if AB got hurt and we had to put in Calvin Joseph, Boss Man Fat, you would apologize to AB immediately. Boss Man Fat would be out there holding dudes. He'd be out there getting flagged. Boss Man Fat would never turn his head around. The inexperience would be telling. So I think we need to leave AB alone because he's doing a great job, and you don't know if you have something good until you lose it. If we lost AB, y'all would understand about it. Well, now losing Jordan Lewis, we was clearly able to fix it up with Deron Bland, but Deron Bland can't play outside. If AB goes down, we're in some trouble. That's the reality. I wouldn't say trouble, but Dan Quinn's gonna have to figure some things out. So I think we should cut AB some slack. He's playing good football.
That's a lot. That was very high praise for AB. I honestly don't know how many. I haven't researched all the corners and nothing like that, but top 20.
Yeah, I'd say it's top 20. Absolutely. I'd say it's top 20. The corners get beat all the time. AB's not getting beat left and right. This is not the AB of 2 years ago.
No,
you don't even have to look at AB as much as we used to.
He's actually he has a career high right now in yards per reception on him by about almost 2 yards. So yeah, he's playing. He's playing fine.
Yeah, I apologize. We're literally watching AB play at the highest level of football in his 6-year, 7-year career. So we should just appreciate it. He's playing good football.
Indeed, I ain't gonna argue with you.
Right, and then the last thing I'd like to say is with the Cooper Rush quarterback controversy, I just feel you know this. 65 to 70% of NFL fans are honestly casuals. If you feel like Cooper Rush is staying in the game over Dak Prescott, I'm sorry, but you're a casual. This situation with Cooper Rush is the equivalent to thinking that Jimmy Garoppolo brought the 49ers to the Super Bowl. No, that was a great scheme, a great situation, and a great defense and a well-coached team, and that's exactly what's going on in Dallas. Cooper Rush is he ain't going out there and losing the game. He ain't going out there and winning the game. We need to stop him.
That's fair.
When Randy Prescott is healthy, that's just the end of that. Still, I appreciate you. I really do. Coming in every morning, putting in this hard work, and keep up the great work.
Appreciate that, man. Yeah, I mean,
thank you. Have a good one.
We can appreciate what Cooper Rush is doing right now without getting crazy. It's I don't want to go too far on this because I don't want to down one man to up the other because that's what's happening right now. But I promise you, if QB1 was doing this, y'all would tear his head off. Tear it off. So let's just appreciate we have a backup quarterback right now that can get the job done where it wasn't the case before. And then get your quarterback healthy, and I think you should see your offense increase, right? Especially if your coordinator, thanks to this man, is learning and growing. It's that simple. I'm going to get the Reading. Got a couple super chats, and then 203. What's good?
Good morning. Good morning. And God bless you and your family.
Thank you, sir.
In the show. I just want to say a couple points real quick. That Cooper Rush situation, he's doing good, but Dak Prescott is the one that can really put us over the top. And we should be, blessed that, that Cooper Rush is doing his thing. But like, the caller before said, if you really know about football, Dak's the one to do it. You know what I'm saying? And as on the defensive side, people, you want to get burned. If you know about the true football, when you play defensive back, everybody does not turn their head around. That's impossible. There's people like Deion Sanders that have that elite ability that he could turn around, but that's something that was born natural. But everybody's not born with that natural gift. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And that's one thing that people who don't know about football don't understand. But that's all I had to say for today. Oh, and the defense, I know they will do good on Sunday. God bless you in the show and your family like always. And keep on doing your thing. Don't worry about the ones that don't know about football. No. Bye-bye.
Appreciate it, man. I'm not gonna stoop that low and say my man don't know the football. I ain't gonna do that to him. We just had a debate we disagree on. And what he was saying, again, I want to make sure I preface this. What he was saying would have made much more sense maybe 2 years ago. Again, it reminds me of the Dak situation where people say, "Oh, he can't throw for 300 or he's not accurate or he does this, he does that." I'm like, oh, you're living in 2017. You're repeating narratives from years ago. And maybe it's still fresh on people's mind, the AB thing, but I mean, I watch every game over and over again via all 22 the last 2 years because of my job before that. And I'm not saying I know everything. I don't know nothing. Let's be honest. I watch it and I learn and I keep learning. But I'm not watching a player not aware, even when the ball is in the air on an inconsistent basis, right? But there's just some times where it does happen. That's every single DB. I mean, to say if he does this one thing, he'd be perfect because that's what I was said. I mean, say a one thing about everybody. You know what I mean? But he is playing fantastic ball right now, in my opinion. Yeah. That's the end on that one. Let me get to these super chats. And now watch AB come out here and get torched. And now I got to come back on here. He going to call in. See, AB. Just watch. Just get ready. Just get ready. Common Sense Lab, man. Appreciate the donation. How this works.
Super chat.
He says, some fans want every Cowboys player to be elite, but you need decent or average role players just as much. This is true.
Super chat.
L said, Scott, damn it, we need a win. I need to get that on the shirt. We need a win. We need a win.
Super chat.
King Element, appreciate you, bro. He said it's not just winning that kept Dak in over Romo in 2016. Dak was playing his ass off on top of that. Rush has done his job, but don't get it twisted. Yeah, and that's another thing. Like, I don't want to down another one to bring up the other, but I keep hearing about hot hand. There's nothing about this hand that's hot. At best, it's lukewarm, room temperature. Hot hand is what happened in 2016. You want to go look at the points scored, look at the yards, look at touchdowns, look at how the offense was rolling. That's hot. What's happening now is keep head above water, lukewarm water. So but that's no knock. I mean, if he can come in and do that and walk away and help walk away with the dub, not turn it over, I love it. But let's not get carried away. And
Super chat.
Common Sense Lab, $5 donation. If AB doesn't turn to the AB show. If AB played against Rush, he'd have 6 interceptions. Rush had 4 picks dropped last week. Bengals and Giants and 2 overturned. No. Russ had 4 interceptions drops. Bengals and Giants, and 2 overturned for penalties, and Washington just stopped. Again, it is what it is. That is true, but he's a backup quarterback. I'm not expecting some crazy output. What he's doing is kind of what I expect. Honestly, even better since he's not technically turning the ball over. I know they dropped it, but hey, 0-0, man. House Lupe or Jose Lupe.
Super chat.
Scott Rocker at 20K followers. Will you and Mauricio do the 1 chip challenge? Let us know. Y'all crazy. Father of 5, nobody donation.
Super chat.
Nobody cares that Rush should have like 10 picks. I'm not sure if you're saying like, hey, he should have a lot of picks. Nobody cares. But will I do the chip challenge? Y'all want me to do the chip challenge? I did the hot sauce challenge, the hot wings, the hot ones, or whatever they call it. I did that. Wasn't even that hot. I like spicy food, but sure, why not? On record, 20K, but somebody said 20K by next week. I don't think that's happening. But 20K by next week, yeah, I'll hold y'all to it. Sure, I'll do it. Yeah, Alpha. Out here wilding. Sully said, Rush told us himself it's the defense. Hey, man, that's what it is. 253, then 203. Or was it? No, 203 first. Come on in, 203. Come off the stoop. It's lukewarm out here.
What's up, Will? Still,
What's
man.
What's good?
Fantastic show, man. Yeah, I just want to. I know a lot of people already put out there about the AB situation. Like I said, he's doing a great job to me in my eyes. I know you like the debate. It was in my eyes, he's doing good to me. I call him the Goon Squad. That's what I call them, man. They're doing a fantastic job. Everybody had their opinion, like you said, but yeah, it is what it is. But and also I had wanted to ask about talk about the Dak Prescott thing.
Sure.
He's still our general. A lot of people don't look at it like last year. He had like what top 5 and every stat in the quarterback last year or something like that. It wasn't a first offense, but in quarterback stats he was like top 5 in every stat. And when you look at this year, we're like what, ranked 28th in the offense this year. I don't think it's just because of the receiver. We got decent receivers, but I think it's just we only scored 6 touchdowns in 4 games. Like, people need to stop, man. Come on, man.
Yeah, the defense, the offense is averaging 2 touchdowns per game. The last 3 games were. Now, I got the numbers. This is what the offense has been the last 3 games. Now it could be different the next 2 games, but they're 22nd in first downs, 8th worst in third down percentage, 20th in yards per play, 21st in time of possession, 23rd in completion percentage, two touchdowns per game. And the best part about it here is they're 15th in points per game. So with averaging, I think, 22 points per game. So,
wow.
I mean, I don't – we got to relax. We just got to relax and be thankful we got a guy who can drive this bus while our defense is killing it right now, right? And a guy who can, make the play or 2 that he needs to make throughout the game to get us those points and things like that. But again, the controversy, people don't like certain players, and when this position on this team it happens, it's going to be a big deal. Is anybody talking about Jacoby Brissett taking over for Deshaun Watson?
Yeah, it's true. Yeah, I think it's more of like people be saying a lot of things about that, but then you got to look at this too. Like, what's Lamar problem? What's Josh Allen problem? What's Herbert problem? What's Burrow problem? They were like, well, he went to the Super Bowl. Okay, then ain't the ultimate goal to win a Super Bowl? Everybody gets like, yeah, it wasn't playoff games. Okay, all right. Isn't the ultimate goal to win a Super Bowl? I don't care how many playoff games. You got a lot of people that play all the time, but some people want to win a Super Bowl. They don't really care about just winning 2 or 3 playoff games.
That's the
people
only thing.
Win it all. That's
the only thing that's going to save us here. Is we got to get this done. We got to win, and we got to win a ring.
Yes, yes, I agree. But I got one question for you before we go. What do you think about not Tyrone, but Tyler Smith? How would you think he would fare at guard? You know, he's a good left tackle, but with his skill set, would you think he'd be an awesome guard or not?
Did you say
And that's all I had for you.
Hold on, did you say Tyler?
Tyler Smith.
Tyler Smith.
Yeah, Tyler.
Oh, yeah, I think he'd be fantastic at guard. Yeah.
Oh, okay, then yeah, because I've seen some matches. I'm like, damn, he's a good tackle. I wonder how he fared at guard. But when Tyrone come back, it looked like he's trying to make a faster comeback. I like to see them Peters, and I think in the mid-season form, I think we're gonna be good, man. I think we setting up for mid-season form. Some people are peaking too early, like the Sheagles. You know, I can't stand. I'm gonna be at that game, matter of fact, next week. So. Yeah, I'll sneak out the back door before the game where we win.
Are you up in Philly?
Yes, Philly. I live out here in PA, so yeah, I'm going to that game. Yeah, so I'll sneak out the back door before the game.
Be safe, man. I couldn't do it, man. The way I am at games is basically how I watch it at home. I'm loud. I'm into every play. I'm passionate about it, and I know Philly for 100%. That people be saying stuff and it'd be a problem, man. So yeah.
Yeah, I already know Philly is they crazy. But thanks, man. Keep up the good work, man. And man, much love, man.
Appreciate it, man. Good call. Good call. I always salute Cowboys fans that go to Philly. My old head Twine, he go to Philly and he does a tailgating, but let's just say he don't go to Philly alone. Plus fans, man, y'all get to drinking. Y'all crazy. I watched a dude, Cowboy fan, get whooped. It was so bad at Washington at FedEx Field, which that's a terrible field. Oh my gosh, bro. And honestly, I wasn't even see. I could deal with Washington at least when I've been there. Although somebody did get stabbed on a Monday Night Football. That game where the Cowboys with Matt Castle beat Kirk Cousins, somebody got stabbed. But I watched a Cowboy fan just belligerently drunk. I kept saying, they gonna do something to this man. Because he was being a drunk. It's the difference between having passion and talking trash and being a drunk. He was being a drunk. The other drunk fans. I went and got something to eat. I come back with my nachos and beer. And they dragging this man down there. Oh, they just dragging this guy. He bleeding on his Romo shirt. They put him on a golf cart. Come on. They ain't do nothing to the people that whooped his ass. They're like, you had that coming. Come on. Get on up here. We're going to take you to the nurse. Hey. Whooped on that man. He might be watching. He might know. I don't know, bro. I don't know. I don't remember who. I don't know his name, nothing like that. But 2015 Monday Night Football. Was it Monday? No. I'm lying. It wasn't that game. Monday Night Football is where somebody got stabbed. It was the rain game where Byron Jones picked off whoever the quarterback was at the end of the game to win it. It was that rain game. They whooped that man's ass. All right. Got to keep it 7-shot. Facts. Why you always bringing up the past? Was that you, Terrence? Fact, Shaq. It was definitely a world star moment, but I ain't that. Yeah, they got in on that, man. 253. What up?
Hello, may I speak to the oldest person on YouTube right now, Scott Walker?
You got him, sir. What's good?
Perfect. Hey, this is L. Well, that's not really my name, but this is L.
L, this is your first time calling in. First off, man, appreciate all you do in the chat, man. You're a fantastic supporter. Thank you. But for the love of me, how do you say that damn name?
Bro, so it's like an initial. So E. Levon, 84.
Oh, so Vach was right. It's E. Levon.
Yeah, he's right. But the whole thing was, like, I know it's easier for you to remember that. So I was just like, hey, bro,
yeah,
my name's L for today. And
yeah.
For the rest of my days.
All right. I'm going to roll with L, though.
All good, man. Hey, we got a game on Sunday, right?
We got a game on Sunday, fam.
Okay. The reason why I asked that is just because a lot of the conversation has been like a commercial talking point. So I just wanted to ask, like, who do you think is going to be like the unsung hero on Sunday? Not the one that you can easily see, but more of like the one who does all that dirty work. That once you look at the film again, you'll be like, oh wait, solid. That man did work.
Man, this might be a low hanging fruit because I've been bringing him up a lot. But a Bo Hanna, a Dorrance Armstrong. I'm looking at the front seven, right? Because I think they're going to be important. I'm going to say DA. And it's hard to say DA as unsung because DA has been playing some good ball. But I'm going to say Dorrance Armstrong.
Yeah, DA's been my guy. Like, I picked him. I think we were talking about it in the summer for some of the people to watch or who was going to benefit off of Parsons. That was mainly my guy. So that was that. Second question, because I got these written down just so I can get out your way. Will we do some screenplays this game? Like us actually do them for once in our lives.
Well, we talked about the screen game earlier, right? Let me see if I can pull this up. Yep, we talked about a screen game earlier. We haven't been a really good screen team. I think we're something like 3 for. You still on the phone? Hello?
I can barely hear you. Say it again.
Oh, check. I thought you hung up. We were something like 3 for 9 or 3 for. We're not a really good screen team at this moment, but some of that quick stuff, that smoke screen stuff, and this isn't necessarily a screen, but getting the ball out fast, I'd be down for it. I don't know though, L, in regards to the full blown screen game to the tight end or wide receiver. We just haven't been good at it for whatever reason. But when you go back and you watch the Rams, they are definitely susceptible to it. I was trying to find a stat, by the way, for that screen situation. But they can definitely get beat and get had with the screen game. I just don't know if we're good enough to do it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I agree with you. That was a big deep breath. I think we can. I just think you can't do that with Dalton Schultz in. You probably need Hendo or Furface to be able to get that to work. But either way, I'm hopeful. I think we got more than a chance to win. I think we're probably going to eat a bunch. AB's probably going to get some interceptions just because of this conversation we had today. So outside of that, man, appreciate you taking time for taking my call and everything. And I'll be back in the chat.
I appreciate you, L. It was good to hear from you, man.
Yeah.
So he said AB gonna mess around and get picked. I'm worried he's gonna mess around and get torched now because we didn't have this big giant conversation about him. And I think it was Spock, right? To be fair to him, like I've been saying throughout this show, he didn't say AB sucked. That's not what he said. My gripe was with him harping on this one thing that I haven't seen be an issue over the last year and a half, besides the Raiders game, which I personally think it was BS calls, and then he grabbed his head. But we had fun with it with the picture and things like that. But I would imagine Spock has watched the show enough to know it's all love. We going to debate, man. It's like we in the barbershop. We going to debate. It's cool at the end of the day. And somebody was like, hey, man, don't let it get to, oh, no. Nothing getting to me. You've been here enough. You know how it goes down. And listen, I give y'all credit for calling in because if you're going to say something I'm disagree with, we're going to talk about it. We're going to talk about it. We're going to give our opinions on it. I appreciate that. But I almost had to hit my man Spock with one of these.
It's my turn. You told me it was my turn.
Hey Spock.
It's my turn. You told me it was my turn.
Hey, God damn it. Other than that, it's all good. Shout out to our guy L holding it down in the chat, King holding it down in the chat, everybody else holding it down. I see you, Will Bernie, Freddie H, 61. Everybody, I appreciate y'all. Y'all are the fan focus. Comment in the morning. Presented by Boston Scientific. ED can affect your self-esteem and impact your most important relationships. So take a free online assessment that you can share with your doctors. Click the ad in the description. There's a permanent satisfying solution to treat your ED today. So click the ad or visit edcure.org to get the facts and find urologists who can offer treatment options when others do not work. Again, that's edcure.org, sponsored by Boston Scientific.
You're listening to A to Z Sports.
Do it live!
At some point, hoping to broadcast
In front of the millions
of Cowboys fans to bring you the real. But for now, strap up and here's your host, Skywalker Steele.
I'm Luke Skywalker. I'm here to rescue you. We'll do it live.
Do we have a Swan? I've been asking for Sosa to change this damn picture. Y'all about to get a black screen. Y'all about to get a black screen, I swear. I'll just read it with the Boston Scientific logo. Freddie H, I want Bland out there so they can test him. That's what I'm saying. Like, I just want to see. He's been, I hate to use the term perfect. Again, nobody's perfect. But he's been so good from camp to preseason to the first game. Eventually, that levy, I don't want to say levy, but eventually something is going to go against him. And I want to see how he bounced back like he did in the Seattle game. Gave up the touchdown, came back and was locked down the rest of the game. So. How crazy. Los. What's good with you, Los?
Buenos dias, Skywalker, man. How's your morning? Happy Friday.
And
closer to game day.
Friday, baby.
It is, man. Yeah. Hey, whoever tuned in to last night game, man, that was a snooze fest. I feel for y'all, man. I feel bad for y'all. But, man, I don't know. The NFL needs to fix the schedule as soon as possible because I do not want to see the Broncos anymore at 7:05 or whatever time it is at night.
Don't they got like 3 primetime games this year?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I think the NFL is finally realizing you can take us out of primetime games, but you ain't gonna get no excitement, that money.
Right,
you know what I'm saying?
Keep us out. I want to play at 12 o'clock every week. It'll never happen though.
I know how you feel about that, Scott, but hey. That's a superstition. I don't mind any game. I feel like you got to be prepared no matter what. And in saying that, I need you to ask a serious question, Sky. Do you think at this moment in time, is Cooper Rush better than Russell Wilson, or is Russell Wilson's system failing him?
Cooper Rush is playing better than Russell Wilson. There's no doubt about that.
Yeah, because I don't know, man. We have to believe, like, this was years ago, but I remember all these Cowboys fans were still out here trying to replace Dak Prescott with Wilson, Dak Prescott with Matt Ryan, all these so-called elite quarterbacks, right? But I feel what we're missing out is the quarterback is just, a piece of the system, right? So I feel like if you're just giving him a shitty play call every single time, you can't do anything, So I just feel.
What are you talking about?
I mean, at this moment in time, I got to give Kellen Moore his flowers and this whole coaching staff because I don't know, y'all touched on it yesterday or day before, but this coaching staff has been overcoming everything that's gone wrong. Dak getting hurt, our offensive line, our wide receivers. We have been giving the pieces and we've been making it work. So I just hope this game, this Rams game, they don't start getting cute. Do what you do what is keeping you balanced, and just go out there and play your game. You're the I word, identity, Sky, something we wish to have, but hopefully we can build on. And that's all I have to say, Sky. I got Cowboys winning by a close game, maybe by a field goal, 21-17. Peace.
My man, appreciate you, Los. So you donated to wine. Don't do that, Spot. But we'll read your donation because I saw you say I got butt hurt. Only person butt hurt right now is you, sir.
Super chat.
But thank you for the butt hurt donation. Says Sky, man, not cool how you tried to flame me on the call. I really, really like AB. I just want him to do one thing better. Go for the ball and not the defender. He'll be even better. Is that coachable? Would have been cool there if you wouldn't have came with this whole I got butthurt thing. No. You must be new to this show. I'm going to debate you, brother. If you can't handle the heat in the kitchen, get the hell out. Period. But I appreciate the butthurt donation, man. Thank you. So since we all agree, we have an elite defense as well, similar to what Brady had in New England. There's no excuses when Dak comes back. We should be in the Super Bowl this year. Oh, boy. I mean, sure, man. Super Bowl or bust every year in Dallas. Hopefully we're in the Super Bowl. My question, Will Bernie, do you think we'll be in the Super Bowl with Cooper Rush? Because I think I know how you feel about the Dak Prescott situation. But I'm curious because right now we're just riding this, this is fun thing, right? But I don't hear too many people saying the Cowboys can win the Super Bowl with Cooper Rush. What are you saying, Spock? People in the chat said I was. Oh, I mean, that's the chat, but don't tell me I am. I mean, either you're new to this situation here. I've constantly debated with people on the phone, and they don't walk away like this. But hey, dog, if it's too much for you, it's cool, brother. You ain't gotta call in, man. You can just tune in right here. He in that chat right now, sick. No QB in the history of the NFL is the sole reason for a team's Super Bowl victories. Football is a team sport, says Big Sarge. This is kind of what I've been saying for a long time, but no, Scotty. No, Scotty. All right, man. Let's get to these keys to victories to wrap up this thing here. Nah, I ain't gonna give you that, L. We ain't gonna do that, man. So you're not new, Spock. I don't understand what the situation is here. Quick game, bait and switch. We talked about that. The Dallas Cowboys, I think, is going to be a tough time running the rock. Probably. I mean, it's a good running defense, but they can break one. We've seen San Fran do that to them, but it might not be as easy. So how do you combat that? Play the quick game and then play off of that quick game. The Cowboys have run more play action now than they've done in years past. In the past, they are, I think it was top 10 since Cooper Rush has been the quarterback in play action calls per game. And Cooper Rush has been killing it in the play action. Now, when we don't do play action, it hasn't been that great. But when we do play action, it works. So do some of that. Corral Cooper Kupp. Not just meaning like, you got to stop Cooper Kupp. It's not going to happen. He's probably going to get 15 targets, 10 receptions. Just don't A, let him score. B, get a whole bunch of yak. He has his third most yak yards in the league, but he's only 48th in the league in yards after catch per reception. Keep that up. And then the 4-man rush versus Matt Stafford. All 6 of his interceptions have come off of a 4-man rush. Not against the blitz, not anything crazy. He's just throwing picks when guys are dropping back. It's a team that doesn't run the ball a lot. So obviously, kind of like Kellen, right? Old Kellen. If you can stop the run game or frustrate them on the run game, they're not going to run it. Now, if they are getting successful carries, they'll keep running it. But they are 31st in the league in rushing attempts per game, if I'm not mistaken, or something like that. 30th, 31st, 29th. They're at the bottom. So when they do get passing situations, I don't see the need to send more than 4 guys. And that's because he does this a lot. Those picks. Those are a lot of them against the 4-man. Come on, man. Hey, listen, man. Oh, no, dog. King, we will see a game where Kupp gets like 10 catches for 80 yards. That's what I'm hoping. Right. Even last game, I mean, we have 14 receptions. I don't know what it was exactly, but he had over 100 last game. It just wasn't significant yards. And I think 5 of his 6 picks, and we can look at all of them right now. We'll follow the trend. Have come from him trying to get the ball to Kupp or trying to get the ball to Tyler Higbee, a.k.a. Huckabee. And I just think these are tendencies that a guy like Trayvon Diggs can pick up on. Dan Quinn can look at, drop a guy back in coverage. Maybe LVE. I just got this weird feeling LVE is going to be in position to get an interception this week. I do. Because in zone coverage, he's been dropping pretty fine. Same thing with Anthony Barr. He was running well in that Tampa too. But I got a feeling one of your linebackers is going to get a pick this week. Are we good? Scotty said he'll correct that. The NFC right now doesn't have a dominant team. Feels that way. I am legendary. I guess to get that meme for you. I'm about to write that down. Cooper Kupp. Robinson me. And what was it again? What was it? I am legendary. What was it again? Don Trail from 717. He said the wide receivers are looking pretty good. Question mark. Are you asking those wide receivers looking pretty good? Are wide receivers looking pretty good? I'm confused. You gotta be a bit more specific here, Trail. Yeah, CD Lamb is CD Lamb. We absolutely know that. Michael Gallup has come in and looked like Michael Gallup. We absolutely know that. Noah Brown has been the surprise to me. He stepped up. But were there people doubting? Well, yes. Let me stop. There were people doubting CD Lamb. Not me. But CD Lamb and Michael Gallup, I mean, I don't know how those two would be considered looking bad. I'm not sure where you're going with that, Trail. Damone Clark countdown has begun. Yeah. And James says Allen Robinson isn't a guy that can create separation. Stafford doesn't have the time in the pocket to throw him open when blanketed. Could be right. I ain't studied Allen Robinson and why that's not working over there. But 7 receptions. Oh, my goodness. I mean, jeez. Jeremy said, any word on CD's groin? He said he's fine, according to him. He's like, I'm out because of my GPS. I'm not out because of my groin. Let me tell you about this, Justin D. What I love what Mike McCarthy said about this underdog thing. He says, we went from 4.5 underdogs to 5.5 underdogs. Everyone thinks we're going to lose. Period. Even if you had Dak, I think they were coming to this game Cowboys underdogs. But I loved his response to that when they were like, hey, you know y'all 5.5 point underdogs. We are? Yeah. So, okay. I got my Saturday speech. Then he kind of lied. It was like, yeah, I never use a point spread. Yeah, that's a lie. That's a lie, man. You use the point spread. But it's cool. It's cool. Whatever. Hey, man, listen. The only thing I wish he did say, and I do like the fact that he said we ain't underdogs. I don't know. Embrace that a little bit. Embrace it. Because let's just be real. Coming into this season, to the outside world, you were underdogs. Period. Nobody believed that and it's early, and we got it. The only way you're going to prove that you're better than what everybody expected is to win in the playoffs. But many people had you as an 8-9 team when it was a guy that used to be in here, or a sub 500 team, or 1-6 games, or whatever that is, right? So I would say lean into it, bro. Lean into it. Appreciate you, Spock. This one is not a Butthurt super chat. I'm just messing with you.
Super chat.
He said, Sky, I love you no matter what, man. Listen, dog, I love you too, dog. I know they getting at you in the chat here, but that's the bomb squad for you. Listen, I've learned, and you got to have thick skin when you doing this. And I'm a debater. I like to debate, man. We all going to do it our way. I'm passionate about it. I appreciate the passion and tenacity from y'all too. Below the heavens, how is my
super chat
fantasy team doing? Every time I look in there, my fantasy team is in 3rd place. Underdog fantasy is a bit different than normal fantasy. They go by collective points. So I've been in 3rd place like all year. All right. Salute Trail. He said showing some love, different, not Trey, Trail. Showing some love to my guy Sky. Those wide receivers. Again, are you like doing this and then going out? I need you to explain, what do you mean those wide receivers though? What does that mean, man? Is that Trail from that? Is that Trail? Because I got a Don Trail from back home, and I can't tell if it's that Trail or if it's the Trail from that I know. I know you know who you was with, Trail. And I want to say his last name is Manning too. Now I want to look this up because my other Trail from back home been hitting me up. Yeah, Jay, they'll get on your ass. Yeah, but you got to get more clarity. What's wrong with the wide receivers? What's wrong with Kupp? Not Kupp. CD Lamb. What's wrong with Michael Gallup? And really the only surprise here is Noah. That's it. Tolbert ain't played. Turpin's not getting involved. So this is the you know who you was with Trail. Yeah. So you got to be more specific then, bro. It's not the Trail from back home. What's up with the wide receivers? What's wrong with them? But I mean, you got your top two guys who we're confident in, and then you're surprising Noah. But other than that, Simi's not getting any work, which, hey, that was my guy. Turpin's not getting any work. I don't know why. Trail's not Trail. Jalen Tolbert is not getting any work. I don't know why. Who else we got out there? That's 6. Did we roll with 5? Dennis Houston was cut. Yeah. And we're bottom of the league in passing yards. So it's, right, you know what's wrong with the receivers. I needed him to tell me. Yo, wow. Nah, TJ Vasher right here. That's what I'm waiting for is James Washington. We said this a lot throughout the offseason. Once you get Washington, which he didn't look that great, the one practice, it is what it is. Washington, CD Lamb, Michael Gallup, I think that's enough. Man, that's enough to be able to do what you got to do. It's enough to do what you got to do. With that said, man, let's get up out of here on the weekend. Start this thing off right. Hit that like button. Hit that sub button. Share this thing with your friends, families, and foes. Keep on supporting, man. And if you want to continue to rock with me off air, I'm always on Twitter. We're always conversating on there. You can check out the DFW turf ticker, the #1 artificial turf in the DFW area. My Twitter will be scrolling around there somewhere. Check them out. Check out A2ZSportsDallas.com as well. No Mauricio on Fridays, Trey. But you can check out his articles on A2ZSportsDallas.com and all of our phenomenal writers, man. They do a great job. I will see y'all on Sunday for Game Day Live, baby.
I'm in my zone, on the road to the Super Bowl. Every game on the schedule crucial, it take a toll. It don't matter if we're at home or on the road. You try to tackle, I'll truck a sucker and take it so. I'm staring at 4th and goal, gotta find an open hole. A linebacker just close a hole where I'm supposed to go. So now I'm thinking my centers are all pro, so I trust he can make a walk for wherever the ball go. Yeah, there's 5 seconds on the play clock. The crowd was loud, but they stopped. Now it's silent while they watch. They stand off in the red zone. All I see is red home. Watch me get this touchdown and this W.
Ooh, that get me hype, baby. We out of here, man. We up out of here. Make sure y'all tune in. Game Day Live, me and Jesse. Texas Live, Cowboys, Rams. Let's walk away with this dub and be 4-1. Salute to you, Justin D, for the $20 donation. Shout out to Skywalker. I'm betting my Cowboys. Oh, where'd you go? To win 100%. I'll holler at y'all Sunday. Peace.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
Bomb Squad!